Good afternoon and happy Tuesday to you as we explore our Tuesday tips for this week. I'm Meg Rentschler. I'm the host of the Star Coach Show, and every Tuesday afternoon, I hop on live to share just a few tips and strategies for you to help you be a better coach, help you communicate differently, whatever it is that you're doing in life. These Tuesday tips are probably going to align with something that would be helpful to you. Now, the thing about the Tuesday tips is that I try to align them with the new show that comes out every Wednesday. So tomorrow we have navigating life's transitions and retirement with the help of coaching. And my guest is the fabulous Suzanne Campi. So if you are unfamiliar with Suzanne, we are going to talk about retirement, yes, and what a big life transition that is. But here's the thing. Often our retirement opens the door to other new opportunities, other things that we can do. Many times coaches go into retirement, leave their 9 to 5, and begin a coaching practice. So I'm delighted to share Suzanne's wisdom with you, and we have a really rich discussion about what retirement opens and just the concepts of transition. So for today, I wanted to just spend a little bit of time talking about the reality that change is a natural part of life. And here's the deal. As human beings, resistance is a natural part of change. Even when we have planned for a change, when we're looking forward to a change or a transition, it's just natural that some resistance is going to bubble up with that. I'm currently teaching motivational interviewing for coaches at the one of the universities where I teach executive coaching, and that's just a natural part of being human. So the students are learning that. How do we step into that? How do we embrace that? So today, I want to offer 3 strategies for acknowledging and embracing change, even if we're feeling a little bit of resistance for that. So, the very first strategy is to embrace the uncertainty. Just acknowledge that change is inevitable. And if we embrace it, even in the face of feeling some resistance, it will help us navigate that change. So while it can be challenging, so sharing a personal example here, I have just moved into a new home that we spent almost a year building. We were definitely looking forward to this transition, but does that mean that we didn't have any feelings of resistance or sadness or even, a little bit of grief leaving the home that we had raised our family in, that we had been in for 20 years? There was a little bit of stretch in that and discomfort in that. And we just acknowledged that that's part of what happens when we step into change. It's really crucial for our personal growth and development that we know that there's going to be some stretch. Think about, you might not remember if this was yourself in growth, but if you're a parent and remember when your children went through different phases, I know that there were some times where my boys had growth spurts. They had, sudden years where they just really stretched out, and they actually felt some discomfort in that. It was uncomfortable because they were just growing so quickly. Their bodies were kind of, stretching their muscles, and their even their bones were growing, right? So in that, if we look to change as part of life and give ourselves the grace to realize that it's going to be a little uncomfortable. So here's some things to think about. How do we accept? So accept that it's part of life, and that the more we are willing to just engage in, yes, this is going to happen, and yes, there's some discomfort, then we can adapt more easily. When we feel like we are making choice and accepting the choice, we have that internal locus of control. It helps with acceptance. It also helps with being successful in whatever change that we're taking. Flexibility, in trying to stay flexible and open-minded and look for opportunities in this new space to be able to make the most of them. What can you learn? And as I, challenge my clients to consider, what can they experiment with? What could they use as an opportunity to take a small step and learn from that step and then continue to grow and stretch? So acceptance, flexibility, and trying to stay positive and have a positive mindset, a positive attitude will help with your motivation, will help you stay focused and move forward. So the first strategy is to embrace this change and uncertainty because it's just part of the process. The second strategy I want to offer you is to set clear goals. The more that you can create that vision of what you're moving toward, what this transition can ideally bring you, then you will have that sense of direction and purpose to help you through the transition. Uncertainty is and a lack of destination makes it very difficult to stay focused and motivated. So creating that clear vision, determining, I get that I'm not going to be there in a day. And sometimes transitions, once again, even those that we've planned for, can take time. Going back to this house move, I still have boxes to unpack. I tell my husband every day, and he reminds me when I get wrapped around, you know what? It's a process. Just enjoy the process. There's nothing that's going to fall apart here. It's all good. So giving yourselves that positive vision, that destination, can help you stay positive and create that vision. Create the plan to help give you that structure. Sometimes having a plan, having those steps ahead of us can actually create security and calm because we know what the next thing is. So I encourage you to kind of break things down, make them digestible in steps, and then just, what is the plan to keep taking that next step and take that next step towards that vision that you have created? And then finally, in this concept of setting those clear goals, which is our second strategy, what are you doing to regularly review those and to adjust things as you need along the way? Often we build a plan, and then it's just sort of like it's set in stone, even if it needs to be tweaked or adjusted. So what are you doing to review it, to adjust and realign, once again, to reframe and look at, this is what I thought was going to happen. This is what I thought I was going to deal with these challenges, but maybe my plan needs to be looked at a different way. Maybe I need to tweak that and stretch in a different direction. We're not going to know that if we don't take the time to review, see what's worked well, and what we need to realign. So when we set those clear goals, be sure to have that vision, have the plan, and review that plan occasionally. And then our third strategy for this Tuesday tips in navigating life's changes is to seek support. None of us are islands. We live in this world together, and it's often the people and the resources and the support that we get that help us face things that are potentially difficult. So, what are the routines and the relationships that you have in your life that really provide you that stability and that support? Family, friends, loved ones that can provide emotional support. It might be really helpful for you to share your vision with them as well so that they can help support you towards that vision. Professionally, what support might you need in the way of whether it is handling your professional transitions and what you need either in the way of a mentor or um, a advisor, it might be a coach, or sometimes our professional support expands beyond that. We might need a therapist, we might need a mastermind group. So, what is it that you need to help you navigate those transitions through the professional lens? And then the third aspect of really getting the support you need for the transitions in your life is how are you taking care of yourself? What are you doing to honor the being of who you are, your mind, your heart, your body? Are you, for many, many years as a therapist, I would work with organizations that went through a traumatic event, a crisis event. And what I would share with their teams when I would go in to work with them is the importance of sort of going back to the basics when we go through trauma or transition. Are we eating well? Are we sleeping? Getting enough fluid, all the kinds of things that we need to do in the way of exercise and fresh air and, centering, maybe meditation and the different things to take care of our whole being. So when we think about this concept of support and getting the support that you need, I just encourage you to think about your social and emotional support, the professional support you might need, and then how you're taking care of your well being, your wholeness as a human being. Because this is the deal, transitions really are part of life. They are part of growing and not getting stagnant and finding new opportunity. And yet, human beings have a natural resistance to change because it makes us stretch, it makes us a little uncomfortable. So, when we can find that balance of what we need, tap into the things that we can be excited about, find the people who can support us in the face of newness. All those things are ways that we can step into transition and get the most we can out of whatever transition is in front of us. So, thank you for your time. Please tune in to the Star Coach Show, where we have a new show every Wednesday. This week, my guest is Suzanne Campi. She is amazing. You're going to love her. The Star Coach Show is on all platforms where podcasts can be accessed at thestarcoachshow.com, or our YouTube channel is starcoachshow.com, and you catch the videos there. Catch the interviews there on video. Please subscribe wherever you're listening or follow me wherever you're listening to this live. I continually am bringing out new content for coaches and leaders to really thrive and grow and have us meet people to be the best we can be. And you'll be aware of whatever the new thing is that I have out if you're subscribed wherever you listen. So, thank you for being here. Remember that we're all here on this planet to grow and learn together. There's more alike about us than different. And let's just get along and be here together. And as you're navigating your changes, shoot me a note. Leave an if you're watching this on YouTube, leave a note below the video. Let me know, what are the challenges or the transitions that you are preparing for or looking forward to in your life. I would love to hear from you. Have a great week.